Hello, Baker, and I want to welcome you to episode of Baker Forward. Hope all is well with you. It's been a minute since we've done a show, but today we're gonna put all the information out about COVID-19. The show is going to be dedicated to COVID-19. It's going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to move forward in the future, and we have some information for you. I want to let you know right now, before we get started, that as of now, we have 92 cases in and around Baker with 3 deaths. And we've just got that information. So we still need to continue to follow the steps that's in place right now. And I just wanted to let you know that. So, Baker, getting back to business and how to proceed with caution, you know that the governor is talking about and trying to and working on how we can move forward with this, opening up. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And I want to get right to it with the slides and just share some information with you that we've been talking about. And we want to proceed with caution here. And that's the deal, how to get back to business and how to do it and proceed with caution. The next slide is going to talk about the steps that we're taking to do that. And these are the things that we've already done so far. And I hope you can see this on the on your TV screen at home. But one of the things we did is that we reduced the city staff to essential personnel only. There's only about 7 or 8 people that's working at City Hall where I'm at every day. Most of the people are working from home. We have people worked in shifts. They're working shifts. The Public Works Department. And those people are working in shift to keep them separated. The police and fire are still doing their regular shifts. They're still working. They're out front. And my hat's off to them. They're really just getting out front with the public. And hopefully, we're doing everything we can to protect them with PPE. Okay, so yeah, we reduced that. The other thing that we've done is the temporary water service billing disconnect policy. And the city is not disconnecting utilities at all, but people are still responsible for their bills. And we put this out a couple of weeks ago to let people know. But there will be the reconnection fee will not be charged, but we will charge a 5% late fee. All I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is pay your bills. Okay, pay your bills if you can. If you can't, you can call in and get an extension. But we put that policy out just to let you know we're trying to just do the best we can to take care of our citizens, and we know people are going through some tough times. So those are some of the things that we're doing. Some other things that we're doing, and we're going to show this on the next slide, is that we're aggressively pursuing testing for the community. Now, I am on fire with this. When I tell you that I'm on fire with this, which means that I'm calling everybody that I can to help me do this. Now, I've reached out to Mayor Broome, who has been a lot of help, and we have some things that we've worked out, and she has assisted me in that. And we are definitely working to get testing here in Baker, especially for our seniors. And we will come back to you in the next couple of days to let you know. We've also, because of the new testing location on Airline Highway, that we are actively talking with CATS and trying to work out CATS to get transportation from Baker to that location for our seniors. We are definitely working on that. And so just continue to pray that these steps that we're taking, that they come through. And I'm just praying and hoping that we can get a test site right here in Baker so we don't have to travel that far. The other thing that I want to bring back to your attention, the things that we've already done that we're doing right now, is the public health announcement. We did an update on that, and that's on the next slide. And this is important because what we did was that we highly recommended, and this was done on April the 14th because we saw it coming. Our staff and I, we saw it coming with the mask. We were on a call with Mayor Broome, and she talked about the CDC saying that cloth masks were they could be used. They would be an extra layer of protection for people if they're using social distance. So at that particular point, we started to write our update to the health announcement. And so what we did is that we asked business owners to make sure that the people working in their businesses, the restaurants, the grocery stores, that they have masks, or they either had the plexiglass up to protect them from you. And then we asked them to ask you to have masks when they come in the store. We've been encouraging that people wear masks for the last 2.5 weeks. It will give you that extra layer of protection, and it's just good to have. You can make the mask yourself. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. We're asking different businesses to donate masks to you. Wear those masks when you come out. Wear those masks when you come out. This is basically going to be the new norm. If you're listening to the governor, he's talking about this. He's talking about this all over the country. Make sure you wear your mask when you come out and you're going to be around a lot of people. Make sure that you do that. So, and you have to continue to practice your social distancing. And we still have a shelter in place until the governor changes everything. We still have shelter in place, and you guys should stay home because we are. This is flattening the curve. It is helping. Things are getting better. We can see that if you listen to the governor, he continues to talk about how things are getting better, but we are still not out of the woods. We still need to continue to work hard on these mitigation procedures that we're going through. And I really want you guys, I just want to commend you for what you're doing, because I'm very, very proud of you. We want to flatten that curve and keep the numbers down. We want to stop the spread, and that has to be the message. That's the message. And now we'll wait for guidance from the governor to see what happens in the future. But let's not worry about the future. Let's just live day by day. Let's just take it day by day, continue to do what we do, and we'll go from there. Communications. So far, we have weekly conference calls with all business owners. And we're trying to get together with them to let them know what's going on, all the information that we're getting from the national and the state level, the federal level, and the state level. We're trying to get that to them. We do mass communications via email with all the residents. Anyone that has signed up for our City of Baker communication slide, we do weekly live broadcasts from this station right here, which is our update on COVID-19. Just to let people know what was going on. And we've been doing that. We try to do press releases on all local news stations to let people know, let the city know what's going on. But we want to get better. We want to get better at making sure that everybody get the information. We want your suggestions on how to get that information out. We are thinking about doing a mail out so you can get information and know what's going on. But you can always come pick up the information that we have at City Hall. They won't let you in, but we'll be able to get that done for you, to get that information to you. And remember now that you can always text City of Baker to 22828 to get started. Text City of Baker and then to 22828. City of Baker is one word, okay? And you can do it in caps, and you'll be able to get on that list. It'll ask for your email address, and we will be able to get you that information directly to you and send you what's going on. And let me tell you about the information that's coming to you. It's powerful because it keeps you informed. It keeps you from not getting information that's not correct, okay? That's what we're doing. It stops the rumor control of all this stuff here, and you get the information from us, from the City of Baker, from me, the same information that we get from Mayor Broome, East Baton Rouge Parish, and she gets that information from the state, Governor Edwards, and we all get it from the federal level, the CDC and all that. And so you got the right information, and you'll be well informed. And when you have the right information and well informed, your stress level goes down because you know exactly what's going on. Now, we don't know everything. We tell you what we know, and what we know, we can control our environment, and that's what we've been trying to do. So right now, I got to go pay a couple of bills. I hope that information was helpful for you. I'll be right back, Baker. Come back.
If you own or are planning to start a business, you need to take a hard look at Baker, your one-stop shop for business city licensing, services, and sensible tax rates. With low crime, it's a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge, the airport. It's on the river with railways. Baker is not landlocked. Plank Road presents the traffic businesses need, and Main Street offers a hometown atmosphere. Baker and business, moving forward together. Are you looking to build or purchase a home? You need to take a hard look at Baker. Small town atmosphere that's good for families. Baker has everything you need. Shops, doctors, hospitals. It's near the airport and a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge. No traffic hassles and lots of community activities to be involved in. Ranked as one of the safest cities in Louisiana by Home Security Advisor, Baker and families are moving forward together.
It's Pastor Johnson from the Builders Christian Church. Do us all a favor. Stay home, save lives in our city. God bless.
Hey everybody, this is Pastor Davis.
And this is Lady D. Davis. And we're encouraging you to stay at home to save lives in our city.
Stay at home
to save lives in our city.
Stay at home to save lives in our city.
Hi, this is Pastor Talisha Warren with New Beginnings Ministry and Outreach Center located in Gretna, Louisiana. I just wanted to encourage you guys today that it's very important that in this season to save lives in our cities, we must do what's required of us and stay home. Stay home, stay safe, save lives.
Hi, I'm Pastor Nicole, and I want to encourage you to stay at home to save lives in our city.
I'm Pastor Anthony Stewart, this is Prophet Shanika Stewart of Active Faith Christian Centers. As partners with Kingdom Covenant Fellowship International Ministry, we want to encourage you to stay home and stay safe during this COVID-19 season.
Amen. Listen, they have given you instructions on places you can go and things you can do. Just listen to the instructions, obey the laws of the land, and just watch God change things. Listen, stay home, save lives. We love you all from Active Faith Christian Center. Talk to you soon.
Hey guys, this is Apostle Willie Brooks. Listen, I just want to come to you real quick to say, stay at home, be safe, let's flatten the curve. We got this. Love you, God bless.
Hello everyone, this is Arthur J. Grimion, and I'm encouraging you to stay at home to save lives in our city.
What's up everybody, it's Dr. J.
And Lady J.
Listen, we just want to encourage you to
Stay at home to save lives in our city.
Hi guys, just wanted to say stay at home to save lives in our cities.
Hey, this is Pastor Dion Smith. Stay at home to save lives in our city.
Grace and peace be unto you. We, the Kingdom Covenant Fellowship International Ministries, we love you. We thank God for your life. Of course, in the wake of this COVID-19 pandemic that have hit our country and the governmental restrictions that's been placed on our states, we are encouraging all of you to please stay home, stay home, stay home, stay home. Of course, we thank God and we salute our first responders. We salute those that work in the medical profession and those essential workers. We thank God for your life, for keeping our country afloat at this time. Our hearts and our prayers are with those that have lost a loved one during this crisis. Our thoughts and our prayers with you. Again, thank you. Please stay home and we love you. Hope to see you soon. God bless.
Man, isn't that awesome? That is an awesome video. And I learned so much out of it. And here's the deal. A lot of those people I don't even know, but because Bishop knows those people and he was able to bring those people together, and that video is going to bless all of us. What unity is all about. It's all about bringing it together, and Bishop showing leadership here, and Bishop Smith and New Covenant. I just want to thank you all. Everybody is involved. I want to thank you all for that video. It just blessed me so much, and I appreciate it. And those are the kind of people that we have in our city. That's the kind of leadership we have in our city. That's the kind of relationship we have with that faith-based community. They're always praying for us. They're always praying for us, and they're always praying for us. We have no choice but to win. And listen, let me calm down for a minute and go pay a few bills. I'll be right back. Come back and see me.
If you own or are planning to start a business, you need to take a hard look at Baker, your one-stop shop for business city licensing, services, and sensible tax rates. With low crime, it's a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge, the airport. It's on the river with railways. Baker is not landlocked. Plank Road presents the traffic businesses need, and Main Street offers a hometown atmosphere. Baker and business, moving forward together. Are you looking to build or purchase a home? You need to take a hard look at Baker. Small town atmosphere that's good for families. Baker has everything you need. Shops, doctors, hospitals. It's near the airport and a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge. No traffic hassles and lots of community activities to be involved in. Ranked as one of the safest cities in Louisiana by Home Security Advisor, Baker and families are moving forward together.
Hey, welcome back, Baker. Well, look, you know that we are a city that moves forward, okay? And so we're Baker Forward, which means that we have to be ready for any changes that's going to happen in the future. And so the question that I ask my staff is, how do we get from here to where we want to be? And we know that we want to get to a point where we want to be able to open up again. But my main deal about opening up is just to get people back to work. Get people back to work here, get businesses opening up. But remember, this is going to be a transition. This is not anything that's going to be done quickly. It's going to be, we're going to proceed with caution. And we're not going to move until the governor moves. When the governor moves, we'll move behind him. His leadership has been great. He's shown us that he really knows what he's talking about. He has a plan in place. And so I trust him. And I want you guys to trust him too. And we're going to trust that leadership, and we're going to move forward. But as we move forward, what we do here is going to be a little different what people do in other places. So now, let me bring the slide up so you can get exactly what I'm talking about here. How do we get from here to where we want to be? Well, as the governor stated, we must have 14 days in a row with declining counts in both new cases and people going to the hospital. That's important. It has to be consecutive days. Okay, but which means that at this point where we are now, I don't know which day we could be on right now. I think we've had days where we're declining, and the governor will give you the day where we are. But according to what the federal government has said, according to what the White House has said, the governor is following those goals. So we still need to stay at home. We still need to stay at home. We still need to make sure that we follow the procedures that's in place. It's so important. We can get 14 straight days and allow him to make a decision. Okay, and so please understand that. Please put that out, that the 14 days, and the governor will talk about this on his conferences when he has his TV conferences. He will talk about this. He will go into detail with this, and he'll put the information out. But this is what we're trying to do. This is the goal. And so, and I agree with this. I think it's a good deal because we're going to proceed with caution. Okay. The next slide is going to talk about what we have to do in those 14 days. Okay. Here's where we can make that difference. 14 days declining the counts with both new cases. This is where we can make a determination of which employees can safely begin to go back to work. You guys want to go back to work, bringing some staff back to work. We're going to bring staff back, but it's going to be only if we can get these 14 days and get these new cases down of people going to the hospital, okay? And I want you to understand this. This is very critical to what we're doing. It's always going to be safety first. And if it's not safety first, and if I don't believe that, then I'll let the governor know. But the governor has a plan, and I think this is a good plan. And now we're going to talk about where do we want to be on the next slide and what we have to maintain. Here's what we have to do here. We must maintain the required downward trends while reintroducing people back to the public. And see, when we start to reintroduce people back to the public, I know it's going to be a transition. This is where the mask is going to come in, because there's some things that we need to do before we do that. Okay, and next slide is going to talk about that. Let's go to the next slide so we can get right into that and I can talk about that. During this time, we must be able to perform mass testing of the population. This is throughout the country. The governor has the same plan. We have to have increased testing. Everybody is working on that. All the leadership is working on getting testing done so we can get the majority of the people tested. Here's why that is important as we continue to open up, because we need to know who's sick and who's not. Some people have the virus, but they do not show any symptoms. Some people has already had the virus and they're getting well. Some people are still vulnerable out here. So we need to know who these three groups of people are before we can open this thing up all the way. It is imperative that we're able to control the spread of the disease even at this point. Okay, so understand this, and make sure that you do your research here, that increased testing is probably going to be the #1 goal. I know that it's a goal of the city leadership in Baker, and I know that it's a goal of the leadership in East Baton Rouge and of this state. So we need to be focused on that. We need to be focused on getting tests. Now, the governor did talk about this. Don't be ashamed to get the test, okay? If you show symptoms, you need to go get tested. If you have an opportunity to get tested without showing symptoms, go get tested. I do know in African-American communities, we don't want to go to the doctor. We don't want to tell the doctor that. Look, you guys, don't let that stop you from going to the doctor. Don't let that stop you from calling your doctor that you're showing symptoms, because we want to get everybody tested. When we find out that you're tested, we're going to be able. Now, look. COVID is not a deal where everybody will get sick and perish from this. That's not going to happen. A lot of people are being able to get well from this. So we need to know if you're sick. If you don't have any symptoms and you have it, you could be quarantined for 14 days. And then you can, you won't come in contact with people, and then that'll stop the spread of the disease. Okay, let's go to the next slide real quick. Until we have a vaccine, we are in a holding pattern. We don't have a vaccine for this yet, but we must remain diligent and continue to sanitize and do social distancing and listening to public officials. See, what happens is, as we start to be successful, then we fall off. We don't pay attention anymore. Understand, this is a long-term fight that we're in. This is not short-term. This is long-term. We can't stop praying. We can't stop being focused. We need to be long-term. This is change. We need to get ready for the change. This is change. And let's get ready for it. But continue to get the right information. All those conspiracy theories that we got going on out there, that's fine to talk about, but stay focused on what's real. We're trying to get you back to work. We're trying to open up businesses so we can get economic development going, get things going back in your life, sort of in a normal way. But we want to stay safe first, and we want your health to be our main priority, okay? So the next slide, we're going to talk about this. How do we get from here to where we want to be? Phase 1 is preventing the spread. That's phase 0. That's where we are right now. Testing and flattening the curve. Got to continue to test. We continue to test. We continue to flatten the curve. We continue to follow the mitigation laws that we have, the procedures that we have in place right now. We will continue to flatten the curve. Excuse me. Phase 1. Continued prevention of spreading COVID-19 by voluntary quarantining yourself. If you sick, you voluntarily quarantine yourself. You call your doctor. If your doctor does not test you, but you still think that you're having symptoms, stay home 14 days. If you were around somebody who needed to be tested and who were positive, stay home for 14 days. We will continue to have mass testing, and we will be probably limited to returns back to work. Everybody's not going to go back to work altogether, okay, in the cycle. Until a vaccine is available, phase 1 is a holding pattern. We're gonna be in a holding pattern. That's gonna allow more people to enter into the public realm. Not a lot. It's gonna be a slow transition. Understand it's a slow transition. And I understand what the governor is doing with this slow transition. He's not moving real fast. He gets to a point and he assesses the whole situation within the state, the numbers, and he collects the data, and then he makes a decision on how we move forward, okay? If we understand this, we won't be complaining and talking about when this is gonna happen, because if we move too soon, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, so now I hope that you understand everything that I've talked about, where we want to be as we move forward, but understand that I see from the governor's point that his number one priority is your safety and your health, and we can do this all at the same time. It's going to be a slow transition. It's not going to be fast. Everything is going to be phased out. So phase 2 and phase 3, he'll talk about at another time, but I think that guidance he has is awesome. And he's taking that guidance from the federal government and he's put his own twist in there for Louisiana. So look, you guys, you got to stay patient. Okay, patience will save lives. Patience is going to save lives, and we got to stay together. We can't get where we're getting well and start splitting up and going and trying to figure this thing out. We need to stay together. Hey, it's been a great opportunity for me to be here. I want to thank you. You guys have a great weekend. Love y'all. We're Baker Strong. See you next time.